I did want to tell you guys a little story. It's a little, I don't want to say graphic, but I guess I'll say graphic if kids are watching. So yesterday, it was decent outside. Very, very muddy though. The past couple weeks, there should have been so much going on. Especially with the weather and stuff, I've really just been letting my dogs out one at a time. I'm sorry, my stuffed up nose is so annoying, so I'm sorry I sound nasally. I have really not been letting my dogs out because of the weather together in a group. I will let them out one at a time, and then I really don't let them play because the floors, you can only imagine how muddy floors get when you live in the country and you have 3 dogs. And so I've been letting them out one at a time, not a whole lot of time to play. And so it had probably been 2 weeks since all 3 of them were able to go out and play together. And so I just feel like they had, you know, so much energy. I could tell that they were kind of like kids, like they were kind of getting going a little stir crazy. And so yesterday I'm like, you know what, even though it's muddy, the floors are already dirty, I will vacuum and mop. You know, that evening I let all 3 dogs out. I knew they were gonna get muddy, and I, you know, had everything ready for them to come in and rinse their paws off because I knew they were gonna be just covered. And so I let the dogs out, and I'm at our table helping Daylin with her first set of homework. And I kept hearing a noise, and it was just like a squealing, like, I don't want to say screaming noise, but it was just like a high-pitched noise. And so I look outside, and it is Shep and Maylee are chasing one of our goats. They do that all the time. Ever since Shep was a puppy, him and I think it's Hazel, one of our goats, they had this like playful relationship to where they kind of like play with each other, but sometimes Shep, it gets to the point where he likes to like corner them, but he's never been aggressive, like to hurt them.
The goat's gonna give that dog a run for his money.
But it's always been like a chase thing. So the second I let them out, the goats run into their goat pen and Shep leaves them alone. And so I yelled out to Shep to quit. I saw the goat run. In my head I thought, okay, they are going back in their goat pen. So I go back to Daylin's homework, and probably a minute, 2 minutes later, I hear another high-pitched noise, screaming, screeching kind of noise. I look outside and I see that Maylee and Shep have one of our goats pinned right here. And the goat is like right here. And oh my God. Maylee and Shep have one of our goats pinned right here, and they're on top of her, and she's making a horrible screeching noise. And so I freak out and I run out to the porch and I tell them to get off of her. And so as I'm calling Shep up, I notice that he has blood on his mouth, and so I pull him in the house. And then I wipe off his paws, and then I peek outside, and our goat is just walking through the yard, and I can see from the house that her face is covered in blood, basically. And now that I'm over in the spot, I've not been over here, you can see all of the blood. You can kind of see it. And so I start to panic, and we disciplined the 2 dogs and we put them in the basement. We, you know, made sure their food and water was down there, but we put them in the basement. And It's cold. Once I realized that our goat was messed up more than I realized, we disciplined the dogs. We put both of them in the basement, secluded from everyone else. And I came outside and I noticed I was trying to get, long story short, I tried to take care of the goats when I was walking to the goat pen where they're more comfortable, because I was going to try to kind of doctor them up in my garage, but they wouldn't come in here. She wouldn't come in here. And so as I'm walking out to the goat pen, I realized their door shut. So I think the wind pushed the door shut and they were not able to get to their safe place. So I opened the door up and then I noticed our other goat is, who I thought was in the goat pen, is hiding underneath our trees right behind the goat pen. And I notice as she gets up, she's limping, and then I notice a big patch of her fur is missing on the side. Not only did they jack with one of my goats, but they got both of my goats. And so not until I really went in there and realized the severity of how badly they were wounded, I was so pissed and I was so upset, and I cried trying to take care of them. Oh God, why am I crying? I'm probably gonna be on my period soon. I just felt so bad. I felt so like helpless, but it was not anything like, it was just like wounds, like they were bloody, but it was wounds that I could take care of here. Like, what would anyone else have done? You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they were missing a limb, you know what I mean? They needed, they had wounds on their face mostly, and then on, you know, the other one had, you could just tell they were very disheveled. So I did what I could. I took care of them. We went and got them more food, more straw, and another heat lamp, because I could tell that they were shivering, and I think their bodies were just like in shock of what they had just went through. I was so pissed because it was my dog. My dog was one of the dogs that did that. I was so pissed, so mad at him. So I did what I could. We put a heat lamp in there to try to warm them up a little bit, to try to take care of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in there right now to check on them, depending on, hey, quit. Depending on what they look like is depending on if I was showing you or not. I understand that there are younger kids that possibly watch the videos too, and I don't want to make like a big thing out of it. My kids were wanting to come outside too, and I'm like, no. You know, like, that's your pet. You don't want your kids to see that. So let's check on them. How you doing, baby? Yeah, you doing okay? Hi, sweetheart. You okay, mama? I don't know what to do. I feel bad. They have such a good life here. They can roam and do whatever they want, but I cannot risk having my dogs hurt them again like that. I don't know what to do. I think we're just waiting it out to see how they heal. I mean, really just doing what we're doing, continue to dress their wounds, kind of keep them, they need some time just to, like, you know, chill for a while. I know that was traumatic for them, and so I think keeping them in here, you know, they still can go outside of this area and it's enclosed, so they can still walk around, you know, they're not confined to just this, but I'm just trying to just leave them alone for a little bit, take care of their wounds. So I feel horrible. I feel so bad. They're not themselves. She's never laid on the ground like that before. I think like it totally like messed them up, and I just feel so bad. But on a lighter note, these little babies are doing good. They're getting so big. What do you think, huh? We got them a new little feeder. And then we got them a bigger little ducky pool because the other one they just totally outgrew. But oh my gosh, if you have ducks, you know how messy they get. Because not only do they like to do that and splash water around, but obviously they swim in it and then they splash water all over to about like here. It is just wet. And not only that, but they also like to take a little bit of food and then they drink the water and then they just keep going back and forth. So this is wet. That has food in it. So funny. But it's kind of a pain because we have to we use our well that's on the side of my garage to fill up their water. But because they swim in this one, it is way too cold. So we have to go in the house and fill it or have water outside to fill it up with. So that's like, I'm mad at you. Go. Go, Shep. Go. All right, I'm back inside. My family is being so lazy today, so lame. No one wants to do anything. You. I'm like, let's like go do something. You know what I mean? Like, let's go and work on something in the garage. Or no one wants to do anything. So I told them, I'm like, once your dad is back to work on Monday, everything gets put up and we're going to be doing crafts and we're still going to continue the schoolwork, not like specific schoolwork that their teachers have, but like, you know, learning activities, stuff like that. I'm still going to continue that. I'm going to boot their little butts outside. Do you remember when I said that my throat was not hurting? I lied, and now it's hurting again. What time is it? It's 5. We're all back to doing nothing, basically. But I'm gonna make cookies, and hopefully tomorrow my family will be a little bit more, you know, energetic, and same with me. I'm hoping after a good night's sleep and taking some more vitamin C, Brett and I will feel a little bit better. I think I don't know, we just feel so like run down still. Before I close the video out, because I told Brett he wants to make another dessert, so I told him I will help him, but I want to put it on my Instagram. I want to start putting different stories on those. We're getting so many eggs. I probably have 5 dozen eggs right now. It's crazy how many eggs we're getting, which best time to get eggs, you know what I mean? I wanted to show you the trick that our chickens know because it's funny and I don't know how we taught them. I think Brett just randomly started doing it and then we just continued to do it, and then they know that when we clap we will give them a treat. But obviously I'm out of treats, so I'm going to give them a little food, but I'm going to show you what they do when we clap. Usually if they know that we have a bigger tree, all of them will come. So I am going to, it's cold, I'm probably going to get pajamas on, and then I think we're going to watch the movie and do absolutely nothing for the rest of the day. I'm going to try to get a little bit more organized so that we have stuff to do, basically, because it's spring break, so we don't have any schoolwork that we have to get done. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.